Rashad's masterful pieces invite us to explore the delicate interplay between trauma and beauty, guiding us through a visual narrative that touches the heart and uplifts the spirit. While the physical showcase is hosted at the renowned Torpedo Factory Arts Center in historic Alexandria, Virginia, we extend our heartfelt welcome to those joining us virtually from all corners of the globe. Thanks to the cutting-edge production by JDHendustries, you are right here with us, witnessing this momentous event in real time. You're watching Petal Reverie, From Trauma to Beauty, a solo exhibition and artist talk on JDHendustries. Family, friends, art enthusiasts, and cherished guests from around the world, welcome to a truly extraordinary event that transcends boundaries and emotions. We are thrilled to have you join the virtual opening reception and artist talk for Petal Reverie, From Trauma to Beauty, a captivating solo art exhibition by the talented Rashad Ali Muhammad of RAM Creates. As we gather online, we embark on a journey through the profound and transformative power of art. Rashad's masterful pieces invite us to explore the delicate interplay between trauma and beauty, guiding us through a visual narrative that touches the heart and uplifts the spirit. While the physical showcase is hosted at the renowned Torpedo Factory Arts Center in historic Alexandria, Virginia, we extend our heartfelt welcome to those joining us virtually from all corners of the globe. Thanks to the cutting-edge production by JDHendustries, you are right here with us, witnessing this momentous event in real time. You're watching Petal Reverie, From Trauma to Beauty, a solo exhibition and artist talk on JDHendustries. Family, friends, art enthusiasts, and cherished guests from around the world, welcome to a truly extraordinary event that transcends boundaries and emotions. We are thrilled to have you join the virtual opening reception and artist talk for Petal Reverie, From Trauma to Beauty, a captivating solo art exhibition by the talented Rashad Ali Muhammad of RAM Creates. As we gather online, we embark on a journey through the profound and transformative power of art. Rashad's masterful pieces invite us to explore the delicate interplay between trauma and beauty, guiding us through a visual narrative that touches the heart and uplifts the spirit. While the physical showcase is hosted at the renowned Torpedo Factory Arts Center in historic Alexandria, Virginia, we extend our heartfelt welcome to those joining us virtually from all corners of the globe. Thanks to the cutting-edge production by JDHendustries, you are right here with us, witnessing this momentous event in real time. You're watching Petal Reverie, From Trauma to Beauty, a solo exhibition and artist talk on JDHendustries. Family, friends, art enthusiasts, and cherished guests from around the world, welcome to a truly extraordinary event that transcends boundaries and emotions. We are thrilled. Understanding of the journey from trauma to beauty that these artworks encapsulate. You're watching Petal Reverie, From Trauma to Beauty, a solo exhibition and artist talk on JDHendustries. We're just moments away from our artist talk with Rashad Ali Muhammad, live at the historic Torpedo Factory Arts Center in Alexandria, Virginia on JDHendustries. This is Petal Reverie, From Trauma to Beauty, a solo art exhibition. We'll be right back. You're watching Petal Reverie, From Trauma to Beauty, a solo exhibition and artist talk on JDHendustries. We're just moments away from our artist talk with Rashad Ali Muhammad, live at the historic Torpedo Factory Arts Center in Alexandria, Virginia on JDHendustries. This is Petal Reverie, From Trauma to Beauty, a solo art exhibition. We'll be right back. Artist, known for creating vivid and captivating works, reflecting the vast complexities of our human existence. With a formal graphic design and photography education, Muhammad blends his acquired skills to create art that fascinates and expands the mind. His love for innovation and continued experimentation fuels his whimsical and enchanting artistic sensibilities. He works primarily in mixed media analog and digital collage. For him, collage combines intention, investigation, and invention, dissecting established references and reassembling them to create new compelling visions. The limitless opportunity to incorporate unconventional elements fulfills his passion for exploration and continued learning. Muhammad's ongoing journey to expand his emotional intelligence ignited his desire to explore the intricacies of the human experience, the expansive intersections that shape our lives, and how we can relate to each other beyond the surface. His experiences as a queer, gender-non-conforming person of the African diaspora reflect his fondness for utilizing art as a catalyst to liberate minds from the binary confines of society. Through his art, he cultivates open space for healing and rejuvenation from our chaotic world, where individuals can explore their authenticity through self-love, vulnerability, and connection. Muhammad is a resident artist at the Torpedo Factory Arts Center in Alexandria, Virginia. His art has been exhibited extensively throughout the Washington metropolitan area, D.C., Maryland, Virginia, with various national and international exposure. Notable solo shows include the Strathmore, Maryland, Anacostia Arts Center, D.C., and the Art League, Virginia. His artwork has appeared broadly in print and digital media, including The Washington Post, Collage Magazine, and British GQ. We're just moments away from our artist talk with Rashad Ali Muhammad, live at the historic Torpedo Factory Arts Center in Alexandria, Virginia on JDHendustries. This is Petal Reverie, From Trauma to Beauty, a solo art exhibition. We'll be right back. Let's get ready for an exclusive artist talk as Rashad Ali Muhammad unveils the inspiration, technique, and emotion woven into the placement of each petal. His words will open windows into the soul of his art, enriching our understanding of the journey from trauma to beauty that these artworks encapsulate. You're watching Petal Reverie, From Trauma to Beauty, a solo exhibition and artist talk on JDHendustries. We're just moments away from our artist talk with Rashad Ali Muhammad, live at the historic Torpedo Factory Arts Center in Alexandria, Virginia on JDHendustries. This is Petal Reverie, From Trauma to Beauty, a solo art exhibition. We'll be right back. You're watching Petal Reverie, From Trauma to Beauty, a solo exhibition and artist talk on JDHendustries. We're just moments away from our artist talk with Rashad Ali Muhammad, live at the historic Torpedo Factory Arts Center in Alexandria, Virginia on JDHendustries. This is Petal Reverie, From Trauma to Beauty, a solo art exhibition. We'll be right back. Celebration of creativity, resilience, and the ability of art to heal and inspire. This virtual experience promises to be a convergence of hearts and minds, uniting us across geographical distances to appreciate the universal language of art. Together, let us explore, connect, and be inspired. Welcome to a night that transcends boundaries, connects souls, and celebrates the remarkable journey from trauma to beauty through the eyes of art. You're watching Petal Reverie, From Trauma to Beauty, a solo exhibition and artist talk on JDHendustries. You're watching Petal Reverie, From Trauma to Beauty, a solo exhibition and artist talk on JDHendustries. We're just moments away from our artist talk with Rashad Ali Muhammad, live at the historic Torpedo Factory Arts Center in Alexandria, Virginia on JDHendustries. This is Petal Reverie, From Trauma to Beauty, a solo art exhibition. We'll be right back. Welcome to a celebration of creativity, resilience, and the ability of art to heal and inspire. This virtual experience promises to be a convergence of hearts and minds, uniting us across geographical distances to appreciate the universal language of art. Together, let us explore, connect, and be inspired. Welcome to a night that transcends boundaries, connects souls, and celebrates the remarkable journey from trauma to beauty through the eyes of art. You're watching Petal Reverie, From Trauma to Beauty, a solo exhibition and artist talk on JDHendustries. Collage artist, known for creating vivid and Let's meet the featured artist. Rashad Ali Muhammad is a multidisciplinary collage artist, known for creating vivid and captivating works, reflecting the vast complexities of our human existence. With a formal graphic design and photography education, Muhammad blends his acquired skills to create art that fascinates and expands the mind. His love for innovation and continued experimentation fuels his whimsical and enchanting artistic sensibilities. He works primarily in mixed media analog and digital collage, For him, collage combines intention, investigation, and invention, dissecting established references and reassembling them to create new, compelling visions. The limitless opportunity to incorporate unconventional elements fulfills his passion for exploration and continued learning. Muhammad's ongoing journey to expand his emotional intelligence ignited his desire to explore the intricacies of the human experience, the expansive intersections that shape our lives, and how we can relate to each other beyond the surface. His experiences as a queer, gender-non-conforming person of the African diaspora reflect his fondness for utilizing art as a catalyst to liberate minds from the binary confines of society. Through his art, he cultivates open space for healing and rejuvenation from our chaotic world, where individuals can explore their authenticity through self-love, vulnerability, and connection. Muhammad is a resident artist at the Torpedo Factory Arts Center in Alexandria, Virginia. His art has been exhibited extensively throughout the Washington metropolitan area, D.C., Maryland, Virginia, with various national and international exposure. Notable solo shows include the Strathmore, Maryland, Anacostia Arts Center, D.C., and the Art League, Virginia. His artwork has appeared broadly in print and digital media, including the Washington Post, Collage Magazine, and British GQ. We're just moments away from our artist talk with Rashad Ali Muhammad, live at the historic Torpedo Factory Arts Center in Alexandria, Virginia on JDHendustries. This is Petal Reverie, From Trauma to Beauty, a solo art exhibition. We'll be right back. Let's live at the historic Torpedo Factory Arts Center in Alexandria, Virginia on JDHendustries. Everyone, this is Petal Reverie, From Trauma to Beauty, a solo art exhibition. We hope you enjoy. It is
show featuring functional ceramics, glass, wood, and metal works for the table. Many of the works are from our Art League School's faculty and student body, as well as from participants in our Impart program for injured veterans and first responders. And third, of course, is our starring solo show artist, Rashad Ali Muhammad. Rashad is a I'm sorry about that. No. Now you're just Rashad. A multidisciplinary artist working in assemblage, design, painting, and video. In addition to his work here, you can find him in local spots in the area around DC, including Brentwood Arts Exchange and Honfleur Gallery. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. Can I just hold it?
Yeah, you want to grab it? And
might as well.
Thank you for being here.
Yes, thank you for having me.
How long have you been a
Since like 2018, something like that. So yeah, some years.
Yes. Where are you from?
Clinton, Maryland, born and raised. Well, born in Alexandria and raised in Clinton, so.
Are you still there?
Yes and no, I'm between Clinton and Alexandria. My partner's in Alexandria, my parents are in Clinton, so I'm all over.
Yes, and speaking of all over, you are presently a resident artist at the Torpedo Factory.
Yes, come to 222, right upstairs.
Behind the yellow door.
Behind the yellow door, yes.
And when you were younger, what was the first thing that you made that you were proud of as an artist?
Well, first of all,
Created.
my mom will tell you, I was drawing on the walls all the time, so that's the first art I was creating. But I guess the first specific thing was probably like a poster for her government contract. They were doing Earth Day. I think I did like a poster design for that.
Okay, and when did you feel like you knew you were an artist?
Not until like college, high school. My art teacher, he was very, I guess he saw something within me, and he was like kind of just gave me things to do. He just gave me a camera and told me to go figure it out. I said, okay. I did, and it was fun. So then I do photography. There's actually a piece in the group exhibition here. And then I did film, and then he taught me a lot of different things. So high school is when art was like I can do this. I have natural ability at it. So.
And when you where did you study art further?
So I didn't study art. I went to American University. I have a graphic design degree, but I took like art classes while I was there. But yeah, I didn't take any specific art classes.
I read that you began in film, studying film.
Yes. So American's film program was geared towards documentary style. I was super focused on like advertising and music videos. So like I was not that interested. So I was kind of like, I took one intro to design class, and it was like, for me, that was combining the artistic side and like the analytical and kind of business side of like communication. So that was like the perfect marriage for me. So especially in not being a starving artist, like I can do this as a main career, and then I can still do art elsewhere. So. And
you are still a designer?
Yes, I still work full time. A lot of people don't realize that. I juggle a lot, but it's I feel like I've created a holistic life in terms of I get to create all the time, and for me, like design is like just a stone's throw away from doing art. So each one feeds into each other. So it's not as daunting to do a full-time job and do art. So it's just flexing different muscles that are still related to the same body system. We'll say that.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh, how do you navigate the business of art?
Ooh, yes, the business. That's a very lovely question. So it's actually something I talk about when I talk to other artists. A lot of artists don't really focus on the business aspect, and the business is like 50% you have to really do, create and cultivate a business mind. The business side is a lot. It needs understanding the industry, understanding.
You mean it's not easy?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. It can be very draining, but fulfilling once you figure it out and kind of get your foot going. Like for me, I think one of the bigger things that a lot of artists don't in networking, and I feel like a lot of people feel when they hear networking like, oh, it's like draining your body, of like, but what I've done is more so focus on building connections and enjoying each other, and hey y'all, sorry. So and understanding that it's not so much just about what you can get from and really seeing what their interests are. Maybe you can connect them with somebody else, and just more so being of service and understanding that what you might, just a conversation today and really helping someone out here. Over there, over hiding at the door. I'm a curator in DC. I met her doing something and she needed help with a design, and I was like, I can easily do it in like 30 minutes, and she needed help. I was like, okay, let me just do this, and I did a show for her, and just from there, the connections keep connecting, and you figure out things, and you get more opportunities. The more you put yourself out there, the more you really help other people.
How do you describe your artistry, or the type of art? How do you describe the art that you create now?
So I am primarily a collage. Analog and digital like motion and video as well, but I'm always exploring and always experimenting. Today is not what I might be doing tomorrow, so get it while you can, buy the pieces while you can. But I will say specifically, this style has been very lucrative for me. It started during COVID. Okay, well, am I jumping ahead?
No,
okay.
Please.
It started on COVID, and then I was doing portrait collages, and I did an exhibition at the Strathmore doing the portrait collages, and then I was just experimenting and trying to do abstract styles. And so part of the business side of art and understanding is researching and really understanding who's buying what, like are galleries buying this, what's in commercial spaces. I was really super hyper focused on being in commercial spaces, and so I was really understanding or researching and trying to understand what they're buying, and so they buy primarily abstract. So I was like, I need to develop an abstract style, and so after I developed this style, and I think it was like at the end of 2021, I had a solo exhibition at the Public Playhouse in PG County. Like this piece back here, the orange piece on the wall, that's from that first collection, and so it started as me doing like kind of a color theory experiment and seeing they were all 30 by 40 canvases, about 10, and they were all just monochromatic pieces. And so from there, just again, networking. Luckily, my mom is in a network of very well-to-do women, business women. So one of them saw one of the pieces, and she commissioned me to do a large piece for Kaiser Permanente in Shady Grove. So it's similar to this green piece right here. It's like, imagine this wall a little bit longer and 4 large pieces. So, and then from there, the same woman asked me to do another commission for a private office space in DC. And then the business of art and like exhibiting your work and putting yourself out there. My work, this little blue piece over here is Sea Dreams. It was at the Martha Speight Gallery at the Wharf.
The
circle piece. Oh, sorry, yeah, the circle piece with the fringe. It was at the Martha Speight Gallery at the Wharf, and an architecture firm happened to see the piece, and they contacted me to do a commission for their new building in Southwest. So just signed the contract, so I'm like, yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Waiting for the deposit, but yeah, glad that happened. And then a law firm, just being here in the building, they saw my studio and they saw some of the pieces. They contacted me to do a proposal, so I'm still have to work that out. But it's been, this style specifically has been my bread and butter as of late. So it'd probably be one of the things I will continue to do, although I'll still continue to explore and do other things.
Now, I remember when you were first exhibiting in the Art League, and you had a lot of portraiture with collage elements, and I remember that there were a few petals then, and now there are many, many petals. Can you tell us a little bit about how you came to use the artificial flowers in your work?
So, excuse me. So when I started in doing collaging, I started during the quarantine. Paint primarily, and then I switched to painting. For me is a little more finicky and a little more, I'm gonna say patience. It's a different type of patience because clearly I have patience to do these, but I stopped and switched primarily to collaging, and then I'm very interested in the environment and like recycling. So during the quarantine, like around the house, I was like gathering greeting cards and old wrapping paper, just kind of seeing what I can do with that. And so as I started researching more on collaging technically is paper only, so assemblage, I guess you kind of consider this actually assemblage, but I feel like it's easier to understand what collaging is, so I just go with that. But, so when I was doing that, I wanted to do something really distinct, really different that I've never seen anyone else doing. So when I was at like Michael's, I was walking around looking for different mediums to use, arrangement section, and it was like just the colors, the shapes, the patterns, all the things. I was like, I could do so much with this. So in my previous paintings, like my thing was gold leaf. I would use gold leaf for the hair. So I guess kind of transitioning, I started using the petals for hair and seeing how like petals kind of look like feathers. They kind of look like playing around with that. And then that's when this blew up into more, yeah.
And you developed this during the quarantine period?
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about what that time was like for you as an artist?
Ooh, interesting, yes. COVID was so okay, to be very clear, the trauma to beauty part of the title, so actually my parents were like, we didn't give you any trauma. Like, where's the trauma coming from? We had a great childhood. It happened. Like, I remember some days I just didn't want to get up and do anything. I was just very, depressed, in and out of it, a little agoraphobic. I didn't want to leave the house anymore. Gained a lot of weight. I was like, ooh, I don't want anybody to see me. So I was like, got to figure that out. So it was using the petals as creating art as therapy. Oh, thank you. So much better. Thank you, Gene. I was going to a therapist at the time, and like really, I was trying to explore in the combination of art and how art can be therapeutic. Is this? It came to this because it was like doing one piece at a time. And cut them up one by one. Sometimes my parents help and they get paid, so we like to give people money. But then assembling them and just doing it one piece at a time, it kind of takes you out of everything that's going on and kind of get to process emotions, feelings, experiences, all the things. And so it's kind of like I'm doing it specifically for like a commission or I was cranking some of these pieces out. Like the last few months, I was like I gotta get things done, so I was kind of doing a lot. But overall, it's very just calming and therapeutic, just focusing on one thing at a time, so yeah.
Right, thank you. Do you want to talk a little bit more? Well, we've covered the trauma.
Yes.
About and the petals. Do you want to talk about the idea of reverie in the work?
So, if you don't know what reverie is, I didn't know what it is until I saw the word. It's basically like taking your mind out of anything. And so I thought of, when I was thinking of the title of the exhibition, I thought of even just this display on the wall, doing these circles, kind of disparate on the wall. I wanted to feel like you can think of it as a solar system, you can think of it as like your mind space of like kind of compartmentalizing different thoughts. Or part of my focus in this work is kind of using naturally occurring patterns, and so how it's naturally occurring patterns are calming to the human mind and the human psyche. So I was like, I wanted to use monochromatic pieces. The sun or like a field of flowers and just going and frolicking in them. But then as I started exploring more and playing with contrast, and I met this woman after a show, she was colorblind, and she saw one of the pieces, and she mentioned she really enjoyed it compared to the other art because she could see the contrast because of the depth. Contrast, and as I grew the collection, I wanted to play more with the contrast and really thinking about how people see color and how they play with each other, how they live together. So I prefer monochromatic because it's fun to limit yourself and then see what you can do with it, but fantastic to have different shades and seeing the contrast and how they play with each other. So yeah.
And what do you hope that an audience or a viewer would take away from your show? Maybe?
So it's funny you say that. So because I'm an artist here and having the public studios, it's very fascinating to watch people take in the work. And so one of the things I've noticed is this childlike wonder that people have. So seeing children go at it is they're very open and very free, but then you get to adults and it's like this metered, ooh, like wow. So it's like I want people to leave with a sense of joy and excitement and rejuvenation. Also rethinking about what art can be. It's not just painting, it's not just drawing, it's not just I guess the regular ways you think of art. Art can really become, it can be semi-naturally, so of course, there's a little that maybe got a little trained a little bit, but yeah, just thinking beyond what I'm an out-of-the-box thinker, and clearly we're here. So I would love people to leave with that as well.
I don't know how well this weaves in. Tell me, I read in another interview that you did that you were traveling in Africa, in Ghana and
Ghana, Togo, Benin. Yeah.
And how did that influence your work? Do you think that made a change for you?
Yeah, absolutely. So, Ariane. Okay. So when I went to Africa, West Africa, so this is when I was still painting, and so when I went to Africa, there was a specific experience we had where we went to the slave dungeons in Ghana, and being in the space was haunting in a good way. Like you could feel the ancestors, I could feel them like talking to me, I could hear them in my voice. I was like keeled over on the wall trying to take it all in. But what I took from that was like the resilience of our people, and the strength that's within us, and just like we came from this, we're here now today. So like honestly, it left me with the idea that honestly anything that I want to do, I can do, because we've got to where we are here now. But then also within the art, just being in Africa in general was really seeing the color of the life that's there, of the people that are there. In the media, they try to say it's very third world, this, that, and third. When you're there, it's absolutely not. It's a different lifestyle. They build their homes differently, so it might look like they're like lower income or lower rent. Is actually going on in the actual community. So it's like this really vibrant life that you see, and people are just. So being in
people that are actually happy.
Yes, just like, and I'll say is American, we're very materialistic and kind of like more. The less you have, you kind of help yourself kind of focus on what you do have and what's the good things that are going on. But then also, I forgot what I was saying. Sorry. ADHD, I'm sorry. But yeah, what's up there?
What the community was like, that it seems like
it's
vibrant
it's
and happy,
there. Yes.
Like comfortable.
Oh, there we go. Thank you. So being an African American there is like the calmness of not having to worry about your safety is like life changing. So like coming back here was like jarring, like just being in the spaces like you want to yell at people but you remind yourself we have to do different things differently here. But then also, I was at a panel discussion in Africa, and they were talking about moving back to Africa and what it's like to come back. Interestingly, a lot of them were women talking about it, and a lot of them were straight women. And so I told them, being a queer man going back to Africa, and even if I desire to move back there, it's the privilege that I have here of being queer and open and out loud and proud. So it's the reality of it is I'm not as safe as I would be here, although being a black man here, I'm not as safe as I would be there. So it's where you're gonna be, you just gotta, I'm here for now, and we'll see where we end up.
Now, what is next for you?
Ooh, next. Oh, so much.
Can I ask specifically?
Oh, yeah, sure.
I saw that you mentioned that you are already making clothes, and that you might be very nice.
Thank you.
You might be working on a line.
So the might be is very might.
Okay.
It's very, it's in flux.
You're in R&D.
Yes, very much that. Yes, very R&D. Because I'll say this, I don't want to do custom. Absolutely annoying for me, especially artists don't necessarily do math, or at least this artist does not necessarily like to do math. I can figure it out, but I really don't want to do it. So I would love to be able to find a seamstress to be able to just I can give them the tech kit or whatever, I can figure it out, and then they can do all the work, and then I just have my brand. That would be fantastic. That's the goal.
Okay.
So that's why it's like you said.
And what kind of work are you going to have at the art market in October? It's Superfine?
Superfine, yes. So Superfine Art Fair.
Is that in in the Eastern Market area?
Union Market.
Union Market.
Yeah, they're doing Union Market. I don't know what I'll have there yet. It might be whatever doesn't sell here, might just be there. And then some other pieces, trying to give it a little balance of probably the portrait collages and the abstract collages. And then, I might show some of my video work if I can, but that's a whole nother figure. You have to figure out a whole way to do that.
Yeah, can you tell us a little bit about the video work that you've got at the Brentwood Art?
Oh yeah. So some people know I do video as well. It started during when the NFTs were a big buzzword. I wanted to explore, and because I'm a graphic designer, I can do digital work. I just never really understood how to sell it, so I kind of was I just will focus on physical art. But the video at Brentwood currently is called Infinite Healing of Nature, and so I had an NFT residency in 2022, and so my focus was the environment and healing. So I took photos from took photos of the sun, water, trees, flowers, people, silhouettes, and then turned to it a kaleidoscopic effect. And so, funny, the director at the gallery mentioned that a lot of the students, they had a lot of summer camps there, so saying a lot of the kids would stand in front of the video and pretend that they were the person in the thing. I was like, oh, okay, it's a little interactive now, so I can do that too. I can say I do interactive art. But yeah.
Thank you. And do you have any other shows that you'd like to mention?
I got a lot of shows.
Yeah.
Next week at Hanfler Gallery in Anacostia is the skateboard, Leave It on the Board exhibition. It's a competition. So I did a triptych. It was inspired by the Powerpuff Girls, trying to think of strong women skateboarding. So hopefully I win. It's $1,000. We like money. And there's that one. There's the movement exhibition at the Yards that Gia over here curated. That's currently on display. There's another one at Hera Hub that's coming up in somewhere in DC. It's about floral art, so some of the I'm doing a dual exhibition at Home DC in December, and then my art is on the cover of the Academic Medicine in September. Something else. So,
Well, would you like to share what your social media?
Oh yeah,
your website
Ram
are?
Creates. So Ram, because that's my initials. People call me Ram. It's Rashad Ali Muhammad, but Ram Creates, and ramcreates.com. Ram Creates anything. Just Google it, figure it out, and I'm there.
And I'd like to open it up now to the audience if anyone has questions.
I just want to ask, do you have some sort of your art displayed in another country? Or is it just here in America?
So my art, Mom, that's weird. My art has been displayed internationally. I have had some video work in London. I've had an exhibition in Ireland. They actually asked me to do it again, so that's up. Oh wow, I think it's up currently too. So thank you for the reminder. But yeah, so I'm.
Anyone else have any questions for Rashad?
Come on, Raina. AI is trash. No, I'm intrigued of what it can do. I am a little skeptical of it not encroaching upon artists like that are doing it, because it pulls from artwork. So it's like, is it really? Is it plagiarism? Is it, you're stealing? Are you not getting credit? So that's why I'm not really a fan of it specifically. Oh, the traffic boxes? Is that, there's more? Say it again? Oh yeah, so the one with the hijab, the copy. What's the story behind it? So I was like, so I have traffic boxes in the area, plenty of them. DC and a lot of in Hyattsville. Asking me about, I did a one, it's called Niqabi. It's an ode to Muslim women, so I am not Muslim, but I grew up in a Muslim home, and I would notice how women were treated, or like, not at home, sorry, in Muslim spaces, and I'm, not a proponent of like genders, like non-conformity, gender norms and things of this nature. So I'm not really men separating the women and this, that, and third. So it was my own to women, Muslim women, and kind of giving them the honor that they deserve. But the interesting thing is, from a Western perspective, I'm like, oh, they're covering their faces and they have to be, private and this, that, and third. But some of them believe, like, based on their culture, they love that they're in these things. So I'm like, okay, it's interesting having that dichotomy and understanding how they perceive something versus how you perceive something. So the human experience is very fascinating for me in my artwork and just my practice in general.
Anyone else? All right. We'll take the microphone off. You can circulate.
Thank you. Thank you. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. Oh, my legs.
We made you sit down for a long time.
You're watching Petal Reverie. From Trauma to Beauty, a solo art exhibition with Rashad Ali Muhammad. Stay tuned. See the collection in person at the Art League, located in the landmark Torpedo Factory Arts Center on the beautiful Potomac River in historic Old Town Alexandria, Virginia. You're watching Petal Reverie. From Trauma to Beauty, a solo art exhibition with Rashad Ali Muhammad. Stay tuned. JDHendustries at the Torpedo Factory Arts Center in Alexandria, Virginia. You can get more content Thank you for watching our live coverage of Petal Reverie from Trauma to Beauty, a solo art exhibition at the Torpedo Time. Be well and live artfully. Thank you for watching our live from Trauma to Beauty, a solo art exhibition and artist talk with Rashad Ali Muhammad on JDHendustries at the Torpedo Factory Arts Center in Alexandria, Virginia. You can get more content by connecting with social media platforms. Until next time, be well and live artfully. Thank you for watching our live coverage of Petal Reverie from Trauma to Beauty, a solo art exhibition and artist talk with Rashad Ali Muhammad on JDHendustries at the Torpedo Factory Arts Center in Alexandria, Virginia. You can get more content by connecting with the artist on all major social media platforms. Until next time, be well.